What y'all doing, boys? What y'all doing, boys? What y'all doing, boys? What y'all doing? Huh? What y'all doing? What y'all doing? Good morning, Cog Squad. Hope y'all staying warm. I always feel like if it's cold in Alabama, it's probably cold everywhere else. Unless you're in Miami or something like that, Key West, and you probably, got your flip-flops on, but everywhere else, I feel like if it's cold here, it's probably cold just about everywhere else. So hope you're staying warm. Right, boys? Huh? Right, boys? Right, boys? Yeah. Goodness gracious. Oh, goodness. Every morning and every evening, we do a little wrestling here in the shop. I got the tag team duo here of Rocky and Bandit, who are the heavyweight world champions. And of course you got myself right here. So yeah, we we do a little wrestling at least twice a day, don't we, fellas? Huh? At least twice a day. Yeah. Goodness gracious. Y'all ready to go out? Y'all come on. Come on, let's go, boys. All right, let me make sure the gate's open. I don't want them to come over here. Oh, good morning. Good morning. I put their jackets on them last night because I knew we were going to get some cold weather last night. We don't want our horses getting too cold. Y'all come on, fellas. There you go. All right, I'm getting y'all. Yeah, we got y'all some warm water. Yeah, I got you some warm water. We may take your jackets off because it's supposed to get on up into the mid 40s. Whew, man, it's a cold one. It is, it's a cold one this morning. At least cold for us folks here in Alabama. Oh, where'd I set my water at? That's how my brain works. Did I leave my water? I bet, nope, there it is. I have to be real careful where I put my water because y'all saw how ratty that tag team can get. They will knock my water over and I have to go redo it again. Ask me how I know, yeah. I did do something yesterday. I kind of rolled the dice. I did. Because I did not cover the calendula because it was only supposed to get down to 25-ish, which is typically, that didn't sound right, but typically okay for calendula. We usually don't have to worry about calendula at those temperatures. So after I get the horses fed and their jackets off, that will be the first thing that I'm going to check this morning. Speaking of the boys, I am thinking that this week, we're hoping, it's been the holidays, and we're going to get a little bit of help on pulling the fencing. So we're hoping this week might be the week that we get the fence pulled and they can be let out. If it don't happen this week, it will happen next week. So, and again, all that was temporary. I've seen some people saying they didn't agree with the boys being locked up and all that, but y'all ain't having any choice. I mean, the hunter next door, or the neighbor that's the hunter, has told us he didn't want them over there anymore, especially during hunting season. And that's any time over there because he's tracking, he's got, I don't know how many acres over there, and that's all he uses it for is this one time out of 12 months is these, I think 2 months of hunting season, and that's it. That's all he does over on his property. So again, out of respect, we're not gonna let our dogs go over there. Now he's got cameras everywhere. And I had some people say, well, you could let them out during the night. Well, we can't let them out during the night because they're going over on his property where he is trying to attract deer. Deer bed at night, deer eat at night. So if our dogs are over there disturbing what he's got going on, that's going to make him angry. And again, he's got cameras everywhere. Plus, our dogs, what if they went over there at 3:30 in the morning, he gets in his stand at 4 a.m. or 4:30 a.m. and our dogs come walking in front of him. Or, you know, if he's just a little too dark and he sees a big deer over there and he can't quite, you know, get it in his scope just yet, sunlight's coming up and our dogs walk across and that deer runs away. So for our dog's protection, that's it. Our dog's protection is that we're going to keep them in our 3 to 5 acre horse pasture. It's not like a little tiny backyard until we get our fence fixed. And that's it. And if that makes you angry or you don't agree with that, I'm sorry, but that's what we're doing because we're going to protect our dogs and respect our neighbors' wishes. All right, let's get your vitamins on there. Now, I did have some ask, why didn't we do the little GPS collars on the dogs? And we looked into that really hard. We did. We looked at all companies, reviews, and I look at it like this. Am I going to trust my dog's life? And I'm not saying, because we know the neighbor and all that, and I'm 99% positive he would never do anything to the dogs. I am 99% positive. But what if he had a buddy go over there, anything, okay? So am I going to trust my dog's life on a GPS collar to keep them from going anywhere? And I'm not. I just can't trust it, y'all. I just can't trust it. I really can't. You know, I think about, number one, their hair's so thick, you know. Then what if that thing were to glitch? You know, you're depending on satellites and this company. I mean, your internet goes down sometimes. What if that just went down for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, a couple hours? The battery life on those systems are not very long at all. Some start around 10 or 12 hours and the battery on the collar goes dead. And I saw some that were up to quote unquote 72 hours, but in the reviews you read that that's really not the case. So what do you do during the time that you have to charge the batteries on the collar? The only thing is you could buy 2 sets of collars maybe and have one charge and swap them out. But I don't know if you've priced those things, but you're talking $1,000, maybe more dollars for one collar. They're pretty expensive. Then also my biggest fear was this. What if they're chasing something and they're in hot pursuit? I don't know if it's a squirrel, raccoon, fox, coyote, whatever it is, they're chasing it. And my thinking is if those guys are chasing something, their mind is not worried about that invisible fencing with that GPS collar, and they're gonna run right through it. Because I mean, if they're running wide open, I mean, I just don't know how that's gonna stop them. I really don't. Then they get stuck on the neighbor's property because they're through chasing and now they're just walking and the collar goes off and then they're scared to go back on our property. So that's the reason why I don't know. I just don't trust that GPS collar. To me, there's just too many variables. And so that's why we decided to build a fence. And so we had to tear the old fencing completely down because there was old fencing there. The fencing wasn't perfect. There were spots throughout the fencing that needed to be either fixed or just replaced. And we decided it'd be best just to replace everything. Actually, a lot easier, honestly. And that's what we're doing. And that should be finished very, 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 very soon. This whole situation was always going to be temporary. It wasn't permanent at all. So if you're one of the ones that disagreed with what we're doing, well, I'll have you know that in the next probably 10 days or less, they will be let out. I'm coming, Willie. I gotta let it soak, brother. Yeah.
Are y'all too warm bedded down in the straw to come out this morning? Looks like two of the oldest are. Bootsy and Topper laying up beside each other, generating heat. I don't blame y'all, it is cold. He said I might as well go on and get up. All right, let's let these fellas out. Come on. Tip, get back, come on. Tip always has to go in and make sure there's nothing he needs to see in here. I guarantee you there's nothing, buddy. There's absolutely nothing. Oh my goodness. She can handle her own. Tip, you might be the oldest, buddy, but she's a bit bigger than you. I'd like to share with y'all where Loretta and Gus slept last night. Came out to put everybody up, and the pigs were not in a stall. So they made their nice, wonderful bed from hay instead of straw. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes. Out with the bowl. I gathered bowls last night, so that way this morning I'd have them in the milk room. I could add warm water. Oh, she's got a little bit left. She just wanted to bring it away from Gus so he wouldn't finish first. Girl, you are smart. You knew if he finished first, he would probably get your leftovers. But if you brought him out here, he wasn't going to chase you. He's going to continue to lick his bowl. Nobody out here is going to try to get your food. Oh my goodness.
All right, buddy, let's get you fed and get that jacket off. Come on, brother. Come on, Willie. Come on, Willie. Yeah, let's get your jacket off. All right, brother. Let's get your buckles here. Now. There you go, sir. Man, you look good, Willie. You look fantastic, brother. All right, Race and Rescue, we're getting you next, girl. How you doing this morning, beautiful? How you doing this morning? There you go, ma'am. Let's get your jacket off, too. All right, coming around you. All right. All right, baby. Get that done, get that done. And there we go, and I'm sliding it off, okay? There we go. There we go. Now. Breakfast pretty good this morning? Yeah, it's good with that warm water in it. Sure is. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. Some of y'all might be wondering, Jason, why are you taking the jackets off? It's gonna get cold again tonight. You're gonna put it back on. There's a good reason for that. See, when it gets, I don't know, in the 40s, it's a little too warm for the jackets because the horses could start sweating, and y'all know that sweating in cold weather, it's not the best thing. So you wanna take the jackets off the horses. Now, when it gets colder. So if it gets in the 20s, you know, if it gets below 30, then we'll start putting jackets on the horses. Oh goodness. I'm grateful that it is sun shining outside though, that it's just not cold and gloomy. Love the sunshine. Y'all, I almost forgot something. I need to unplug this light. We have a heat light. Holly's ready to play some football. You ready for some football, girl? We got a huge heat lamp over there where the Victorian Crown pigeons live, and it's been working out beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. We've had no issues with the Victorian Crown pigeons at all with this new system we got going, and it's gotten way colder than it did last night. And I've already checked on them first thing this morning, and they're good. All right. I'm gonna be taking Christmas stuff down pretty soon. Love, love, love taking Christmas stuff down, don't you, Holly? Yep. Said no one ever. Yeah. That's always the downside, isn't it? All right, girl.
Now, what are you going to do with that? That's what I want to know. What are you going to do with my glove? I took my glove off so I could show Loretta. This little fella took it right out of my hand. He about took my hat off my head. Didn't get quite that. Now he's going to run.
Good morning, ladies. Gentlemen. How y'all doing this morning? So I got to tell you guys something pretty exciting. Something that we thought, honestly, there we go, really wasn't going to work, and we're going to have to redo the whole thing on the Coop de Ville here. And that was going to be, you know, a pretty good little job. And that's this. Y'all, there was one thing that we all discussed, and that is this right here, the chicken door. So as most of y'all know, this is not the proper way the chicken door should go on. It should be turned this way. This is kind of vertical. It should be horizontal. And I showed Roberto, you know, what we wanted this coop to look like, and the chicken door was right here. And he did it just like I showed him. And I didn't know that this was going to be this wide, this, that, and the other. And he installed it the only way it could fit, and that is vertical, as you guys can see right here, not horizontal. And we pretty much thought that the chickens, for the most part, probably was not going to use this because it seemed too little. But I had hope. I had hope, y'all. And hope won. If you want to call it that. As y'all can see, the chickens are out. We close this up at night, and I'll explain all this just in a second. And I don't open this until we come over here and gather eggs and give them their treats and check their feed and water and all that kind of good stuff. So they're completely locked in this at night until 5:30 when the door opens. And they all come out. Every single one of them comes out. Which means that as of right now, I don't think we're going to have to replace this door, y'all. I mean, not replace it, relocate it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put another door here, because there's obviously going to be a hole here, and relocate this door on the side. And then they'll have another entrance to go in and out. But it's working. It is working. Now, I am opening up this door when I come out here and leaving it open. And here's why. This is still a new coop, okay? They are still learning this coop. So coming out of that door is one thing, you know, because you're wanting to go outside. You're busting at the seams. You are wanting to get outside, start eating, drinking, scratching, dust bathing. You know, when they go up at night, they're going to go up. But it's not like, man, I really want to get back in that coop. You know what I mean? They're busting at the seams to get out, but they're not busting at the seams to get back in this thing. So I want them to learn this coop 1000% before we depend on this 100% for those guys going in and out. And I don't mind coming out here and shutting the door at all. It's not like it's a big ordeal. So I may do this for a few weeks until they're 100% comfortable. And then we may do a test run and see if they all go up using just the chicken door. I cannot stress enough how happy I am that they're using the door, even though it's not 100% proper. You know what I mean? It's awesome, quite honestly. And I got it set to go on, open at 5:30 in the morning, and I got it set to close at 8 p.m. And you may be saying, Jason, why 8 p.m.? It gets dark at like 4:30, 5 o'clock right now. Well, you know, it is right now, but in a couple of months, time's going to change, and it's going to start getting dark at 7:30, 8 o'clock. And that way I don't have to come out here and reprogram this door again. You know what I mean? All right, girls, y'all come get your snack. Yep, and guys, Brian, Cheese, y'all come get you a snack. All right, we're gonna gather eggs this morning. See how many we got. Cold weather, new coop, but I can see the girls are doing it. Thank you, ladies. 13 wonderful eggs this morning. I just realized I got Brooke's basket. Oh, doesn't match my attire, does it? Speaking of attire, y'all check out my new leather jacket here, or suede leather. I absolutely love this jacket. Brooke found it for me at a thrift store. I think she got it for 10 bucks. Does got a little hole in the pocket right here, but I did some research on it, and from the late 50s to mid 60s is the date on this jacket. 10 bucks. Are you serious? I mean, are you serious? Y'all look at, love it. And it's reversible. 100% wool on this side and 100% leather, of course, on the outside. It's awesome. I call it a field jacket. You know, it's meant to be, you know, warm with layers. This is not going to be a jacket that you just throw on to stay warm with. You know, you layer up and put this jacket on, and that's why it's a little bigger than your normal jacket too. But 1950s, I mean, come on. Speaking of thrifting, that is one of my favorite things in the world. And obviously Mary Carl is my daughter because she loves it just as much as I do. I mean, even my shirt here, this is a vintage Wrangler shirt that I found at the thrift store. I think I got it for about $5, maybe less than that. And I will say this, almost 80, maybe 90% of everything I wear is thrifted. I just love old stuff, you guys know. I mean, I don't know what year this shirt's from, but 1950s or 60s on this jacket. I don't know. It's already broke in. You know, to me, it's got a soul to it. You know, it's just something about it. All right, while we're over here, we got to check on the calendula, our flower crop, so we can, well, let's go look at it first. All right, got the fence charger on. Don't let me forget these eggs now, okay? Put the eggs back there, and I'm gonna go check on the calendulas. And let's go see how our calendula crop is doing. I'm gonna have a lot of misspelled words to fix in this video. If you didn't get that and you missed the video where I talk about how YouTube cannot figure out the word calendula when it does the captions and transcript, because that's automatic through YouTube. And I always go back and try to fix any misspellings there are. Crows. The calendula looks good. It looks good. I don't see anything wrong with it at all. I mean, it's down a little bit, but our calendula should be absolutely fine. I only really worry about it when it gets in the teens. Yeah, when we get below 20 is when I really start worrying about the calendula. And that's why I didn't cover it last night. You know, always in the back of my head, you know, maybe I should have covered it, but it worked out well. We got down to, my thermometer said 23, which is kind of borderline when I really want to start covering these guys up. But calendula, a great fall and winter flower that you can grow in your garden for beauty, but also it has amazing healing properties when it comes to skincare. And that's what we're growing it for, our soaps and lotions. I'm happy that it's okay. It makes two things, you know. The chicken door works and the calendula made it through last night. Holly knew exactly what we were doing. She saw me come, she said, let's go, you ready? Let's go. Carting these eggs up, get them on the farm stand. I think we may do a little grilling tonight. You wanna help me? That's what I'm talking about. Okay, y'all, let's do something different. Let's grill some chicken with one of my most favorite recipes ever. There is a recipe that I have been using for years, and I mean years, and it's from the chef Bobby Flay. I used to watch that. He had a grilling show many years ago when the Food Network just got up and going, and I even forget the name of the show, but maybe been called Grilling with Bobby Flay, I think maybe what it was called. But he had a 16 spice chicken recipe, and it is one of our family's favorite. And it's got some spices that kind of seem odd, but when you put it all together, it absolutely works. And it is so easy. And a lot of this you probably got in your pantry. It does have some spices that are a little hard for us to find here in rural Alabama. It's just some chilies is what it is. Some dried chili spices that we really, I'd have to order them online. So I just substitute it with whatever I have, to be honest with you. So I'll put everything down in the comments, and I will let you know what I substitute for. But pretty much, y'all, it is, let's see here. Let me get it going. We got cinnamon, chili powder. That's one. I just use just regular chili powder instead of one of those fancy chilies that I can't get around here. Garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, cumin. What was this one? Coriander, chipotle. Now this is one I can get, and I'm not even counting. So ginger, fennel seed. This is where it kind of gets a little weird. Cloves, and of course allspice, and a pinch of cayenne, and then of course regular salt and pepper, and some brown sugar. And this isn't all of it right here. Let me just couldn't carry it all. Now we got it. Got everything right here. All right. I know Brooke does most of the cooking around here, but I do love to grill, and I will grill any chance I can get. Usually though, I edit at night, and therefore I don't get to grill as much as I used to, but I still love to grill. And Brooke actually asked me, she said, I haven't had it in a long time. I would love to have the 16 spice chicken. And I was like, that's all you had to say. All right, so I put some oil on top of the chicken, and now I'm just going to take that rub and just cover the chicken generously with the rub. And I'm using bone-in chicken thighs, skin and all. We just like chicken thighs because, I don't know, just got more flavor to me. But you use whatever you want to use. All right, gonna rub that in a little bit, make sure all the chicken's covered. Flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. All right, y'all, chicken is covered. So now what I'm gonna do is cover this up, put it in the fridge for at least 15 to 30 minutes. Probably a couple hours before I'll put it on the grill. But, you know, kind of the longer it sits, the better it's going to soak in all those flavors. So at least 15 to 30 minutes. Now it's time for, I'm going to go ahead and make it ahead of time, is the vinegar sauce that goes with it that you dip the chicken in or put on top of the chicken. Bobby's recipe calls for rice wine vinegar, but y'all, apple cider vinegar works just the same. We've done it both ways. We always have this on hand. We never have rice wine vinegar on hand. You may, if you do, use that, but if not, this right here works just as well. And this is so easy. We got our extra virgin olive oil. We got our apple cider vinegar. Got our mustard, Dijon mustard. And then, of course, our honey. Stir it all up. Mix it together. This is unreal. This is so good. All right, y'all, it is time to get the chicken on the grill. I like to do mine skin side down first to let it get crispy.
We have one girl left outside, and I bet you she's gonna hop on in, girl. Everybody's on the roost. Some of them are on the perches of the nesting boxes. I see y'all scattering my egg baskets about, but look, they are all spaced out, lots of room to spare, and y'all will be nice and warm tonight, girls.
All right, y'all, we are ready. Look how beautiful they look. Look at there. Oh my gracious. Whoo! All right, y'all. I'm telling you, this is so good. And then Brooke made these, what are these, candied carrots?
Honey baked carrots.
Honey baked carrots. And we got some lima beans or butter beans, whatever you want to call them. But this is good. How is it, Brooke? It's good.
Knocking my socks off good.
It is so good.
Want to see my feet? It's good.
It's good. We need to make this more often. I forgot how great it is.
I'll take you up on that.
Ooh, I forgot to tell y'all something. We will be live on our local radio station, Piper Peach Radio, on Friday, 7:30 a.m. I will try to put links to that. You can stream it on YouTube and you can stream it on Facebook, whichever way you like to stream it. You can catch it live or you can catch the replay. I will put some links to that for y'all to check out. It's going to be lots of fun. Hope y'all tune into that. And in the meantime, we appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us today. It was a fun, full day. And hope y'all have the best day ever. Happy happy New Year to you guys. Happy New Year to every single one of y'all. Hope 2025 was wonderful. Hope and pray that 2026 is even better. Catch you guys on the next one. And as always, y'all be good.